So guys, I was hanging out on Instagram and I got a notification from attorney Dennis Sperling's Instagram feed, and his name on there is Dennis D. Sperling Esquire, and he posted this particular Twitter post where you have this young brother here who is happily engaged to what it appears to be somewhat of attractive young Caucasian lady. And the post reads, he asked, she said yes. And just like that, we have another son. So proud and happy for both of them. Hashtag my heart just skipped a beat. Hashtag Clemson love story. At Clemson University, Clemson alumni. Okay, so obviously they're both graduates of Clemson. And so you have, and Clemson is a predominantly white institution. So you have these two young people getting ready to get married, and they met in college. But now you see that somebody put here on the secondary post, oh, black women about to be angry. He's the literal archetype of black man that black women don't want, yet get upset when other women do. And if you can see, the person that replying to them said, you said exactly what I was thinking. He has that nerd feminine look. And if you look at the guy, he has braces. He looks like, a very smart guy possibly. But again, if you were to, take him to Atlanta, someplace like that, obviously he probably could date, but he might have some issues. But if you look at him with this particular white lady, she looks fairly attractive. The kind of white woman that white men would want. Like, she's that attractive. Like, it wouldn't be surprising for me to see her with like a black NBA player or something like that. And so you see them together there, right? Seems like he's in shape and stuff like that. And then Dennis comments this: the very black men that black women don't want are usually the best type of men that all women want. So, and I kind of want to talk about this particular issue, right? In our black community, we have a lot of women who are looking for a lot of different things in men that kind of resolve to, how tall the man is. Does the man have a certain level of swag? You also hear things that women say to make themselves look good. Like, I want him to be a hard working man. I want him to be a God fearing man. I want him to be a family man. But now when you look at men like that, that's typically not what attracts a lot of women in our community to the men that they decide to be with. What really, I believe, decides that is ultimately how the man looks, how the man dresses, how the man talks, what other women find him to be attractive, and things of that nature. Now, if she's attracted to you and you're a good guy, then all those other things, they matter then, but they don't really matter if she doesn't really like you. Now, let's take a guy that looks like this. I don't say anything is wrong with him, but he does look like the kind of black man that most sisters will look at him and be like, you know what? I don't think he can protect me. Don't know the guy could probably be a fighter. You don't know what he knows. But, if I go out with him, people in my community are not going to, a lot of girls are not going to big me up. People are going to say, he's ugly, he's unattractive and things like that. These are the type of things that you're going to hear from a lot of different ladies, when you're dealing with a guy like this. And a guy like that just says, you know what? In the black community, it's going to be very difficult for me to match up myself, especially if I'm not a flashy guy. Let me just go and deal with where I feel my efforts can be appreciated. And then you take a guy like this, who most sisters will say he's completely unattractive. I can't see myself being with him. And then when that man goes out there and you get with a white woman, then you start complaining about the guy. When in reality, you had no real intention on being with him in the first place. You're only making that particular comment only because, you feel like he has a better opportunity, one in which you wouldn't want to give him. And this is kind of common. And you're seeing this also with the guys, not just in America, but that kind of burgeoning group of guys the last 10 years wanting to go overseas. And when you see these guys talking about, like some of the same things you hear Austin Holloman talking about, or Richie talking about, or Aaron Ferris at Black Male Travels, or Dennis John Pierre talking about, guys like that, Drees, they're talking about, well, you're only dealing with those ladies because they're poor. That's the only reason why you're dealing with them. They're poor. They don't have opportunity, so you're dealing with them. Outside of that, that's why you can't handle a strong woman, okay? An American woman. Then if you're a black man and you decide to deal with another race of women in America, then they shift the goalpost. They no longer use the fact that you're poor or the woman is poor or you're trying to go over and take advantage of her because she's poor, because they can't say that, especially with white women, because white women typically have more money than black women. So then they leave the financial argument completely alone. It becomes nullified at that point. What they do is they switch to argument to the fact that you can't handle a strong black woman. Now it's you can't deal with a strong black woman. As a man, you're just too weak to handle this, so you have ran from us. So how can a person run from a place that you've never given them an opportunity from? In order for me to run from you, in that case, you would at least have to give me an opportunity, which most black men do not really. The average black man in America may not have as great as an opportunity with a black woman with her level of attractiveness in black America. Very unlikely. Black women are very particular about how their men look. So now somebody that looks as good as maybe she does as a white woman in black America, it's going to be more difficult, because more black women who are more attractive, they understand that they want guys who they feel that represent them well. Whereas in the white community, they can be attractive, but women are more likely to be less attractive than their men. Look at the white community. You find it all the time. Very beautiful white women with men who are way less attractive than them. You find it in the Hispanic community. You find it in the Asian community. Very beautiful woman. The guy is not maybe the same. But in the black community, you don't see that. If you see a very, very attractive woman, typically most women will only deal with you seriously if you are somewhat in the same level of attractiveness as a man. But now a guy like that in the black community, he can't really demand a woman that is very attractive, especially just coming out of college, doing the entry level, not having a lot of money. The only way you can really do that is to be very, very successful. Now it's true he could go to Atlanta and possibly find somebody that's somewhat like him. It can happen, but the chances are very, very small. And you're seeing a lot of guys saying, I'm going where I feel like I can be appreciated. And are they wrong for saying that? I don't think so. I think that that guys are going where they realistically have an opportunity. If you are a man, where do you want to go? Where you realistically have a chance. When you move to a city, when you pick a career, whatever you do is strategic. Where do I have a chance? Just because you like certain things when they like you. I'm going to go where I feel that I can have an opportunity to mate. And then the ladies want to get mad that you choose that opportunity, but they didn't want you anyway. They just wanted some of your attention. And I know it's not all sisters that think, because women or black women can also be very versatile too. But in a general sense of the world, that no matter where we live in the country, we understand that this guy is going to have a difficult time dating in black America unless he's a superstar or unless he's an athlete. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again for another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe at the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.